Smash Ultimate's metagame. Well, it ain't looking great, that's for sure. You know, for a game that seemed built to counter the slow, lame, methodical gameplay that plagued Brawl and Smash 4, only to have it reduced to something very reminiscent of the end meta of those games, it's disheartening to say the least. Now, no, Smash Ultimate's metagame is nowhere near as bad or imbalanced as those games, but that fact doesn't make this game any better. I think it's fair to say that this game's metagame is, unfortunately, slowed down considerably. It prioritizes heavily reactive play rather than proactive, waiting for openings with safe, uncontestable neutral, only to kill your opponent off a single interaction.
And I mean, yeah, thinking about it logically, that is how the progression of a metagame works. You want to optimize the characters, but I just don't think anyone expected, or rather wanted, the optimization to come from these four characters. It's kind of crazy that all four of these characters are fairly and arguably top 10 in the game. It's not even insane to put all four of them in the top 5, but remember that not that long ago, these characters were nowhere near that strong.
So today, I'm gonna break down why everyone who doesn't play these characters, and probably some people who do play these characters, absolutely despises them and this current meta. Starting with Rob.
Now, if you haven't seen fellow YouTuber Waidu's fantastic video on Rob, absolutely go do that. It's very entertaining and very informative, and I'll even leave the link in the description on it. But to give you the SparkNote summary, Rob is good. He's so ludicrously good at boxing, comboing you, and walling you out that he can do that better than high-tier characters whose entire character archetypes are built around just one of those things. And he can do all three simultaneously. He can also fly and kill you instantly. Neat. Now, as summarized by Waidu, it's not all bad, as fortunately Rob is of considerable size. This means that once he gets hit, he should get hit hard, and that is in fact true. However, there are two issues with that. One, Rob is pretty heavy, and 2, he can fly. Now, this means that, the weakness of getting hard doesn't really matter when you can live pretty long, which, completely offsets that entire weakness. Now, I know that doesn't line up in practice because there's some characters who have a strong enough punish game to just kill you instantly, but Rob can also do that. So, whatever, moving on to the next character. So, Mr. Game & Watch, right? Yeah, I know. All I'm gonna say for this guy is that I have no idea how anyone thought he's even close to being bad considering what this guy does now. To simplify what exactly Mr. Game & Watch does, he is a brawler that somewhat struggles to force approaches sometimes, particularly against swords. He is somewhat light, and in exchange, he has no other weaknesses. As for the reasons why I don't particularly like Mr. Game & Watch, number 1, oh my god, have you seen his moves? Completely invincible frame 3 up B that breaks him out of any disadvantaged state and can be used offensively to combo, edgeguard, and even kill. A super fast, big multi-hitting nair that does a bajillion damage and combos into everything. The least committal, most spammable juggling tool in the entire game. These smash attacks, a moment where he literally starts cooking and...
This is a bucket.
Dear God.
There's more.
No. Now, the bucket is nowhere near Game & Watch's most broken move, but my god, why does he have it? It literally prevents any projectile counterplay to the character, which, is the main counterplay to his entire archetype. In fact, it actively discourages using any projectiles at all, because if you do, he can just kill you instantly.
Baba Booey.
And that's if he doesn't just decide to bank on a 1 in 9 chance and do that himself. Yeah, he can just do that at any point.
Why, Sakurai? Why did you make the 2D Paper Man so strong? He was funny in Melee, we had a good thing going here, and then Brawl happened, he got a little better. I have no clue what happened in Smash 4, because no one played that game, and Ultimate, it's just pain. Anyway, this guy's insane. Moving on.
Sonic. Alright, so Sonic's optimal game plan consists of clicking 2 moves that look the exact same, doing 40 if they hit, and running to the other side of the stage as fast as possible if they don't, and repeating the process until hopefully your opponent gets bored so you can win faster. Now, anyone who's seen a tournament match featuring the Blue Bastard probably already knows this, but what you might not know are some of the more subtle aspects of Sonic play. His back air is a pizza slice. It's good. His forward air does things. Yeah. His nair confirms it's quite literally his entire kit. Is a frame 2 air dodge. He is the only character who can shield at any point in his dash, which, mind you, is the fastest dash in the game. And the forward smash. Now, I know some of you guys know that this move is good, but I don't know if you guys know the levels of stuff that this move can be. Like, some of this stuff is actually incomprehensible. How does this work? The move is so strong, I can in fact send you to Minecraft. Wait a minute. Yada yada yada. Steve's broken because he's block, anvil, minecart. What else are you gonna tell me? That this character can just cancel the hit stun of moves? No, I know he can actually do that. Steve's on this list out of formality at this point because, well, he's Steve. He simplifies matchups to a painful degree. In fact, all of these guys do. But the more I start to think about Steve and my future competing in this game as a young kid with big dreams, I just got sad. Really, I would spend hours both in and after class in high school just thinking about Steve, and I just got really sad, realizing just how absurd this character was. At one point, I even convinced myself that Steve was every melee top tier plus Minecraft, and I couldn't really deal with it. I felt like there was no reliable way to combat it. And it's not like anything I was thinking was completely insane. There was a lot of truth to it. Steve is broken, but Steve also led me to a realization of what he embodies within the game, and frankly, life in general. Life is bullshit. You think you have it all figured out. In Smash terms, win every tournament, play the strongest character, and keep winning for 5 straight years, but eventually, something happens to disrupt that flow. Probably that thing will be met with a combination of sadness, frustration, and anger, as people inherently hate change. But I mean, this is the Smash community we're talking about. People hate everything. People in this community want K-Rool and Hero Band. What I want to emphasize now more than anything else is that Smash is at a turning point. Metagame is run by these cheesy, lame, instant-kill goofball characters, and that is a fact. But honestly, that fact is kind of motivating. Imagine having the ability to push through all of that, become a top player in this era, become the best with your own character, whether it be cheesy or honest. It's motivating, it creates goals. I kinda like the fact that this game is ruled by a funny block man and his Looney Tune friends, who force you to learn this game's rules on their rules and terms, and play flawlessly without error to even have a chance at beating them. And I understand not everyone wants this, not everyone wants to be a competitor, especially in this current environment. But the way I look at it, how is this any different than all those years ago when your friend picked Kirby and spammed the funny rock move over and over? You could say that that's the best move in the game and cap your skill right there, never to play again, or you could try and learn how to deal with it. Now that does raise the question, how do we deal with Steve? To be honest, I don't know. Look, I know a lot of you guys hate this game now. You look to the past and think about how good everything once was, or you look to the future and fear the upcoming Steve-ageddon. Many of you want to quit this game, or already have. And honestly, that's fine. Please, God, don't pursue Smash if you don't want to. I literally could not think of anything worse to do. But, if you're like me, and tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of others, you care about this game. You love this game. You want to compete. You probably think you can push and change. Why hesitate? No one's stopping you. Change is how we got here, after all. We still live in a Joker meta otherwise. Smash Ultimate's metagame is admittedly awful to compete in right now, but it's only awful to compete in right now. So, push that mid-tier of yours that you've been wanting to prove is actually top 10. Because no one else is going to do it for you. And let's make this the new face of Ultimate.